Hi, this is DarkFox127 and welcome to another Skyrim mod video. Today I'm going to be showing you a new mod of mine which is sort of a side project which I made pretty quickly but has kind of been sat just waiting around for a while until I can test it. Then I was starting this video and before I got a chance to actually get in position, this guy decided he would like to threaten me. So I thought, what better way to start the video? So I'd rather die.
Then I guess that's your last request.
I'm gonna beat you to death with my bare fists because we're trying to do a video and you're upsetting everything. Just die already, you scumbag. You're bloodying everything. Oh, jeez. Right, anyway. We're just going to roll with this. Shall we try that again? Hi, this is DarkFox127 and welcome to another Skyrim mod video. In today's video I am going to be showing you a new mod of mine called Oars Rest. This project came about because a friend of mine showed me a mod in this particular location and I didn't like it. So I decided it's actually quite a nice area right next to a mod that I don't have enabled at the moment, but it's called Mammoth Manor, one that I'm sure you're all aware of, and it goes quite nicely with it. They kind of complement each other. It's a good spot, but I figured I could do quite a nice job of placing a sort of little village here. So this is not in any way going to be sort of a lore-friendly village and have a major backstory or anything like that, or characters and quests and dialogue. I just thought I'd go a little out of my comfort zone like I did when I was doing the latest version of Millwater Retreat, the new version, in just sort of landscaping and placing down sort of buildings and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed it, so Oars Rest kind of came off the back of that and will actually directly link with that mod. So the way that it will link is sort of subtle but interesting. Essentially the guy who shows up on the boat also shows up here at Oars Rest on the days that he's not at Millwater Retreat, so they don't have to directly sort of interact with each other, but they sort of do, if that makes sense. So please ignore the blood stains on the floor and this dead body. We're just going to put him in the long grass out the way and pretend this didn't happen. That's fine. He tried to rob me. It's his fault, not mine. Please do be aware that this is a sort of beta version. There may be some bugs, there may be some crashes, there may be some issues, but I'll show you as much of it as I can. Maybe not all of it. I'll leave some stuff for you to just go around and see and discover. Obviously I don't want to show any secrets and things like that. But yeah, this is Oars Rest. It's a small village, and if you'd like to know where it's located, if you're not sure where Mammoth Manor is usually situated, it's here. It's on the edges of Lake Elinalta, which hopefully I didn't just butcher because I've had a hard time with that bloody name. My map looks abysmal, by the way. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so here it is, Oars Rest. Really nice little place, and I'm not actually there just yet. I am just outside of it. Ooh, it's foggy. So, first of all, apologies if the performance is a little off. I will try and move the camera E3 style nice and slowly, but obviously recording Skyrim has been sort of legendary for being a pain in the backside. So, first of all, you'll notice that there's a sign here that leads up. Whether I want to add more detail here or not, I'm not sure, but there's a nice sign with a couple of oars. Obviously Oars Rest, custom sign just along the road here, and you can't actually tell, other than hearing that guy banging in the distance, that there's anything really here. So when you move up to this new custom path, Mammoth Manor is usually on the right there, but I don't have it enabled. You sort of come up over this hill and you'll see Oars Rest. Now there's an awful lot of grass here. This isn't really down to my mod, this is just a mod that we've got enabled because we really like grass. I'll say we, my partner and I. Yeah, we really like grass, so there's a lot of grass where in some cases it shouldn't be, so do ignore that. Yeah, this is Oars Rest. It is a well-populated little town, like I say, just on the edge of the lake. It's kind of opposite that mill that I never remember the name of over there that has a load of vampires living on it. So it's a nice safe area, and yeah, it's the idea of this to make it a little more unique than just another village plonked down with some merchants is to have it sort of have some dynamic elements. So what I mean by that is the different times that you come here, different days that you come here, a couple of different events might be taking place. Now I did plan to do a lot more with this, excuse me, but I wound up keeping it relatively simple. And yeah, so what you'll see is NPCs are doing different things at different times. Now that sounds really stupid because Skyrim and people do that in Skyrim surely, but actually no, you'll find a lot of places. You know, we're just going to stare at these cows while I explain. The chicken. A lot of places in Skyrim you'll notice that they do the same thing all the time and they don't really change anything up, like they don't do something different on a given day. So I've tried to do that a little with these NPCs and we'll get an example or two of that soon. So this top area here is just sort of where the guards hang out. I figured it was nice for them to have a nice little camp here. They do sort of rotate shifts too for day and night. So these guys are the night watch and they're currently having something to eat when they're not sleeping in the day. Hey guys. They're really weird. I don't know what's been going on.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
No, actually. My guards have been really weird on this
Be careful.
this SE setup. But anyway. So yeah, nice little well here, nice little area. This is where they keep their cows and their chicken. If you're wondering why I've got a weird character, it's because this is now, I suppose, my official Barney Blue. For those of you that watch the channel for a long time, you'll know who that is. I thought I'd make him look unique. So anyway, yeah, this is the main meat of the area. It's got a couple of different levels of walkway. Like it's quite nice. I suppose you can say with different levels it makes it a bit more vertical rather than your standard just flat plane of a village. It's a bit more interesting. I'm just going to do TFC and zoom out here so you can get a real good shot of the whole thing. And like I say, first and foremost, it was just a creative thing. It was just me sort of letting loose the creative juices, and then I had some cool ideas and did some stuff with it. So right now there is no boat here, but that does arrive. You'll see on the dock there's a bit of a step up there, and we'll see that soon. It's currently under control of the Imperials, so it does link up with Falkreath's guard system, so the correct guards do show at the given times, things like that. Links with the vanilla quite nicely, and there's a good population of maybe about 10 people, which is rather neat. And it's pushed up against this mountainside here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to sort of walk through the village and explain a few things. So they've got a nice little garden patch here, squeezed in. Walk up here, we've got the blacksmith. Would never have guessed he was frickin' here with the noise he's making. There are a few kids here too.
Need something?
So this is Edwayne. Don't judge on the names. It's not easy to come up with names. This is Wolf, Heavy Hammer, so he's the blacksmith. I was thinking I might want to add some more sort of dialogue options about, even if I pull out some vanilla dialogue and just make a few things up. Just so a bit more interesting. But like I say, the goal here wasn't to make quests and stories and things like that. It's just a nice place to stop by every now and then and, yeah, explore a little bit. So, yeah, just standard blacksmith.
All right, then.
I tried to do majoritively vanilla feel, not use too many modders resources so it fit into the game. And I also tried to get a little bit more creative with some of the structures. So blacksmith areas and things like that and stores tend to look very samey throughout the game, which is good for consistency, but it's nice to have a little hint of change. Another thing is a few interactive sections like this ladder that you can climb down, which I've just found a bug with. Hope you didn't see that. It's fine. Ignore it. So you can climb up and down the ladder. It's amazing, really. I'm probably going to actually find some bugs in this as we're playing it. What are you doing? I think he's just confused by my face. I can't blame him. Right, so we've got the blacksmith there. Attached to the blacksmith is his wife's inn, where he lives. So this is the Happy Hawker. Got a nice little custom sign there, thanks to Annie Rackford designing the Hawker for me. It's really cool. Here is the town drunk, because it wouldn't really be a very good village or /town if we didn't have one.
Need something?
So he's just an old drunk. You'll see him sort of stumbling around at night, and yeah, that's a lot of mead. So let's go inside the Happy Hawker.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. I think I got a clean mug around here
So, one thing I really want to do was a very custom inn, something that's a bit different. So it's not in the standard huge inn hall, because I just don't have room for it. It's very difficult to fit things on this sort of small patch of land that I've got. But this is the inn. I wanted to go for a very small, very cosy, very local feeling inn. More of like a little tavern, you know, tavern feeling. So little tables, really close quarters, which is nice. Lots of food on the tables, even though there's nobody eating it. Yeah, so I was really going for a bit of a style and feel here. So this is Freya.
for work. Get an
Hang on a moo, hang on a moo. What are you doing in here? What's the time? Oh God, 5 PM already? And you're knocking everything off the side. You're ruining everything. Oh. Well, that's the husband.
Need something?
There are relationships that she set between them too. Not that it'll cause much dialogue or anything like that. So she's doing some cooking. Yeah, you can talk to her. I slid the usual things in here for like asking if there's any work around, so it'll hook into vanilla sort of generic questing and stuff like that. You can get rumours and all the usual. Then. So here's the actual hawker with a cooking hat on, which is like their sort of signature thing. Used a few resources just to add a bit of style in here, like the hanging tankards and things like that. There's not much in the way of static items. A lot of you will know now that I loathe static items. Not a big fan. I want things to be able to be picked up. I want it to be very vanilla. And there's a flute. I don't know if I've got I don't think I've got a bard. I was going to add a bard. So there's stuff that I'm probably going to do after release. I'm not sure when the release will be just yet either. So yeah, down here, this is where your rooms are. So this is just a little sleeping bag. They've sort of made a little place for the guy outside, Natch, the town drunk. He sleeps there. There's a basement I'll let you go in and have a play around in. There are a couple of rooms. These are fully functioning rooms. You can actually hire the rooms too. So that I believe is the one that the player uses, and this is the other room that can also be used by people. And this is their room, so this is their private area that they use to sleep in, their own sleeping place, basically. So, yep, really nice, real tight, real cosy, and this is kind of a bit of a throwback to the way that Oblivion had some of the inns. They'd have very tight corridors and little tiny rooms attached to them, so that's kind of the feel I wanted to bring in. So yeah, it's a Happy Hawker. Come back out. It's got a lovely view of the lake, by the way. It's a really good spot. So going along here, some barrels and stuff, probably filled with mead, and the guards wandering around here.
I used to be an adventurer like you, and I took an arrow in the knee.
Really, the classic line. We've got two of the most classic lines in this video. This is the old trunk. I'll just quickly show you the sign. So the old trunk is next to, would you believe it, an old tree trunk. And you can go in here. Let's have a little quick look round. So this is also a bit different. This is your store. So these are the parents of the two children here, Ed, Wayne, and there's also Elaine here. Just standard kids, run around, do their thing. That was weird. Anyway, so this is Candice. Now, she's one of the interesting NPCs because when she's not in here selling... Do you mind? Coughing. Right. When she's not in here selling just bits and bobs. Bits and bobbles. When she's not in here selling that stuff, she's out on certain days of the week doing a pie sale. So she actually shares an exterior sort of outdoor store, little stall, that she can sell pies in, and she shares that with somebody else that I'll show you that sells meat on there from having gone hunting and stuff. So there's a hunter that uses it when she's not using it, and then there's other days where it's completely plain and there's nothing on the store. So yeah, really cool. So this is interesting in terms of there's 2 stores in one. So obviously working with a small space and wanting different stores here to be used, you can see that there's actually an alchemy section that her husband runs. So he's an alchemist. He's an alchemist that doesn't seem to want to sell anything because of the time that I've come here, and you're not meant to be here. He will normally sell stuff, so let's actually leave and wait around a while. There are lock lists set up as well, so the doors should lock at certain times. They should really be chilling out. I don't know why they're still stood there, but let's wait around for some time. So it might be nice to show it you at night as well. So it is lit up to some extent at night. No fade on the lights either, so you can see them at a distance, which is really neat. There's another one of the NPCs. So you can see the old trunk is now locked. I'm hoping that we don't get the sort of vanilla bug when you wait around and the stores don't want to open. We should be okay. Let's wait around till about 9ish. I think it might be 9 actually. Okay, I think we're bugged out a bit. Give me a moment. Okay. Waiting, trespassing. What the fuck are they doing? Where are they?
You're not supposed to be in here.
I'm not meant to be in here, but you're meant to be doing your damn job. God, Skyrim's a buggy. No, alright, I'm leaving. Right, anyway. As you can see, I sort of forced my way in, which may not have been the best thing to have done. Hang on, let me check something. Right, hang on. Right, we'll go back there in a minute. This is all falling apart. It's fine.
Full stock of potions and alchemy reagents.
Right, I think they're happy now. Anyway, if I had stayed in there and pissed them off, and I was in there when I'm not supposed to be, they would have called the guards, who should in theory come in, and I could have actually had a bounty on my head for Falkreath. But we can see now that he's selling stuff.
So, you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
I am. The other thing that people tend to miss, and I'm just going to give myself plenty of money here because I'm a very poor Barney. A lot of the things that people miss when they do merchants and stuff in their mods is the ability to actually see things disappear off the shelves, and it's a really easy thing to do. So if I buy these healing potions, if you keep an eye on the bottom right there, you should see that they disappear off the shelves, as does a lot of other stuff. So other than the stuff that's specifically placed in their chest to spawn, anything that's in their general area that they're selling that is set to be owned by them or by their merchant faction will actually then be thrown into their container as well, their inventory, and you'll be able to buy that, and that will disappear off the shelves. That's something that a lot of people miss, and it's a nice little detail. And they should all respawn too. Also, it means setting the ownership of the general sale and the items.
That was just lying around? Good find.
Thank you. I don't know what you're on about. I bought it. But yeah, like setting all the right ownership and stuff means that things are obviously going to be stolen. So it's the little things. But we can buy that. She is selling at the moment. I've forgotten what day she does the pie sale, but we'll sort of wait around and figure that out outside. Again, trying to go for a bit of unique style, putting this nice divider midway here that then leads to downstairs. Like I say, a lot of the vanilla cells are really quite samey. So that's the kids' room, by the way. Probably shouldn't be in there. And again, that's their bedroom. So I've really tried to keep the clutter very vanilla-esque. So it's all very consistent. And I've just fallen through the goddamn stairs. What is going on? None of this happens when you're testing, but as soon as you try and freaking record it, everything goes to shit. Anyway. Right, so that's the main 2 buildings. There's sort of one building left. Hello. There is one building left here, and I'm just going to hop over this. I'm going to come back to that store. 2 buildings, sort of. That's just a mill with a grain thing going, and that child's walking into me. This is Avik. He lives in this building here. I've tried to do things like chimneys as well. There's so many little things that when you build places like this, you really need to pay attention to. This is nice. They've just thrown their produce all over the place on the floor. Now, this is a special edition thing, and I think there's actually a mod for sorting out havoc problems that don't tend to be an issue for Legacy, but we'll ignore that. You'll see the boat has arrived. That was not there before. The boat's arrived. There is a merchant that at the moment is... Oh no, there he is. There's a merchant on there. He wasn't working before. He is now. You'll see this guy's Wilbert. He is the local fisherman. He will, oddly enough, fish. And this is his place. So it's locked at the minute because neither of them are in there. So what we're going to do is the civilized thing, which is to break in. And we're going to have a little look in here. So again, a very unique style I'm going for. Very minimalistic on the resources, but where they have been put in, I've tried to put vanilla textures on, like Insanity Sorrows divider here. I've done some tweaks to them to make them look a bit more Skyrim-y or Skyrim-esque. And I've got this divider and sort of curved wall this time, which is where the kid sleeps. So the kid needs his privacy, obviously. The dad doesn't, because he doesn't. So that's the kid's room. That's the dad's room. Try to keep it detailed, but not too overcluttered. And again, very vanilla-esque. So we'll just leave here now. We don't really want to be in there. So that's mainly just a house rather than anything that you need to go in. But obviously, it does suit their needs. We're going to go and check... Excuse me, he's really in the way. We're going to check this stall over here. So, at the moment, this has been taken over by Neith. She's a hunter.
Need something?
You can obviously buy hunting supplies from her. She's got various bits and bobs around, which is good. Some pelts, some meat, and things like that. She might need to sell more than that, to be honest. It's a bit lackluster for somebody with an entire store here. But yeah, this changes depending on the day and the time. So this will actually be all cleared up by the evening, which is pretty cool. And same for the boat. The boat appears and disappears. So we've got these nice docks here too. And this guy over here, if any of you have downloaded and played and used and mostly completed my Millwater Retreat, my new version of that mod, then this guy should be familiar to you, who is not selling anything because he's being a dick. But he should be selling stuff. Like I say, there's going to be some bugs, things I need to tidy up. This is Barnaby, that's the dog of the guy, I forget his name already, Natch. That's Natch's dog. He will actually come and sit on here as long as the boat's here, because he likes it. He's a friend of Jorgen. Jorgen likes him, so on and so forth. So it's pretty neat. Yeah. Also got the detail of the boat sounds, all things like that. Just a sort of a heads up to those of you making things like this yourself. Make sure that you look out for, when you're copying things from other places in the world like boats, check out for the sound markers. Make sure when you're putting chimneys in, you get the chimney smoke going. And if you've got like a fireplace that you can light and put out, make sure that the chimney smoke is an able reference to it. Things like that. It's all the little details that are quite important. So yeah, what I can do is try and remember when it is. I think it's Sundays, so a neat little trick for those of you that don't know. You can kind of do TFC and then wait around. It skips a ton of time. So hopefully this works. You'll see that actually sort of packed away and then redid itself. I'm hoping we can skip all the way to like Sunday and see the stall. You'll see it's empty now because it's like 7 in the morning. So it's these little dynamic features that I was trying to add in. Now I'm trying to wait around a little while, a couple more hours maybe. Hey, there we go. On the weekends she does a pie sale, so you'll see now it's a nice area for selling pies. Here she comes, and she will actually completely change what she's selling. So hello, where are you going? What are you Anyway, yeah, she completely changes what she's selling. So now if we go to your, like before she was selling general bits and bobs, now she should actually be selling pies, which is really cool. And she's got a wide selection, so that hunter definitely needs more stuff when she's on here.
Until next time.
Yeah, she's got a real good wide collection of stuff, which is neat. And yeah, so basically things change depending on the time of day. The boat appears, disappears. You'll see the boat's now gone because he doesn't come on the weekends, which is really good. And yeah, it just feels like a bit more of a more dynamic village, more interesting place to be. Little details like the fish in here. Love this. Oh! The dog probably saw that, but he's not going to tell on me. I'm just going to walk away. Right, anyway, yep, that is just about it. That is Oars Rest as it stands. Like I say, there's some stuff that I need to add. There's some bugs that I need to fix, things that I need to tweak, or, you know. There's also the basement, the Happy Hawker that you can go into. There's a bit there outside that you can get in as well. Have a little wander around. It's just a nice village to come and visit. And I'm not entirely sure when it's going to be out yet, because I've got a lot of other projects on at the moment. I'm still full firing on the mod front. And we'll hopefully have more videos out. So I probably will do a very short announcement video for this on my channel on release. But the best place that you can go to know when this does come out is head over to my Discord, and I announce everything on there. I also announce everything on my social media, so be sure to follow that stuff. And yeah, please let me know what your thoughts are of this place in the comment section down below. Hopefully the performance was okay. It wasn't too juddery and you could see everything fine. And I kept it relatively slow movement wise. So yeah, if you would like to help support my work, you can do so by going over to my Patreon. I do have that up and running. It does help to pay for a lot of the stuff, and mainly the things that I do in live streams. It's greatly appreciated. But otherwise, yeah, just stop by, watch the videos, let me know your thoughts, and that is just about it for this one. So thank you all very much for watching, and I will speak to you all next time.